everyone, this is Elliot Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us here yet again on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. Let's jump right into things here without any prelude or prologue. You guys have been asking us time and time again. You have commented on the boards. You have even messaged us directly to give our review of Captain America Reborn, the miniseries by Ed Brubaker, Brian Hitch, and Butch Guice, bringing back the original Captain America, Steve Rogers. Too much fanfare, ballyhoo, and hoo-ha, and blah, blah, blah. What did we think of Captain America Reborn, issue number 1? Jose?
Oh, I thought you said we. I didn't know you meant me.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me start it off by saying this. I have a lot of faith in Ed Brubaker as a writer and as a storyteller. And having said that, I'll cut him a little slack here. But Brubaker is slowly edging into Bendis territory, where he's taking a story and just stretching it out longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
In fact, what happens in issue number 1 of Reborn could have easily happened in Captain America 600.
Like the first 10 pages of Captain America 600.
Could have been it. And then you could have hit the ground running with this issue. Mm-hmm. So, you know, again, I'm going to be patient right now because Brubaker has built a lot of goodwill with me as a fan and as a reader. And I really, as a writer, I really enjoy his style of writing and how he tells stories and paces them out. But yes, it's getting to the point right now where everyone is doing this. They're all, it's hitting everyone as far as the decompression goes. Yeah. Taking these stories and just dragging them out really longer than they need to be. And I'm sorry, can we have a moratorium on scenes of Captain America with the troops on Normandy Beach on D-Day? I mean, every time now when we see Captain America back, ever since the Ultimates, now when it first happened in Ultimates number 1, that was incredible. Because no one had never been done before, or at least to that level, and Brian Hitch's pencils there were incredible. Now, seeing it here, while still kind of neat, I mean, we've already seen this.
We've already seen Brian Hitch draw that.
We've already seen Brian Hitch draw that. Not only that, friggin' Paul Jenkins also did that in his Captain America one-shot Theater of War. Mm-hmm. Same thing. So it's like, okay, we've seen it. There's got to be some other sort of iconic scene with Captain America we can come up with. This is getting
it's
old.
one of those things that the iconography. Iconography. Sorry, I can't. It gets to the point where it just gets played already, and it's like that's one of those scenes that it should be iconic every time you see it, but maybe like every decade or so you can see it,
right?
But not every few years,
right?
Just hit us over the head. We're like, all right, we get it. We know he was there. Yeah, it was cool. He was there with the troops, but really, again, we have to see the same shit over and over again, and you have to start off the series with already kind of a tired formula.
Not only that, but you have to start off the whole series with a whole lot of flashback. That if you've been reading Captain America, you know this stuff already.
I don't even read Captain America, and I already know this.
And again, back to Captain America 600, where a lot of this we were talking about how there was all this filler material put in the back, all these different stories. You could have easily done an entire rundown of what happened up to this point, you know, in that issue, instead of, again, just pulling it out, making it, you know, elongating the story or decompressing the story constantly. Now, that's not to say that this was a terrible book. I mean, you look at the book, and I will say the meshing of Brian Hitch and Butch Guice is pretty I don't want to say seamless, because if you've seen enough of their work, you can tell where one ends and the other begins. But they do mesh together. I take it back. And they also did that in Ultimate Origins. Butch Guice did the same thing in Ultimate Origins. So that's why I was thinking, yeah, Butch Guice apes the look of Brian Hitch really well because he did it in Ultimate Origins. So Anyway, the artwork is pretty good.
It's all right.
You know, I'm trying to pull some positives here. You know, but again,
Well,
it's
let's talk more negatives. Fuck the positive.
Well, I don't. See, to me, the negative is, again, that it's telling you things again and again that you don't need to hear again and again.
Right.
And that kind of disappoints me, because by the time, with all the build-up coming into Reborn, you really want to see this series hit the ground running, and it's just not. It's, you know, as I call it, is the Scooby and Shaggy running in place, you know, pedaling furiously but not really moving. I really hope issue 2 a lot more happens.
Man, I hope something happens. But like, I guess the big reveal is in this issue is that somehow Captain America is trapped in time. He's jumping at different points in his life, of his own life. He's just jumping around. But the thing is that he is fully aware that he's jumping around, and he has all of his memories, and this is all happening. So he's kind of trapped in some kind of time loop.
So, isn't Batman also?
Yeah, and that was one of the things.
Elsewhere in time.
Yeah, and that was the thing that I brought up when I was talking to him. Like, it's the same fucking thing that Final Crisis did with the Batman. Mm-hmm. It's like there's just nothing new to this.
Well, I would like to think that it's a more of a complex story than this.
But see, that's the whole thing. It can be complex, but it doesn't need to be. Everyone knows that Captain America is coming back, right? This one issue, which is going to be a 5-issue miniseries, should maybe have only been like 2 issues, like a 2-issue story arc, or maybe 1 double size or 1 king size. Right. Just bring him back. Everyone knows that they're bringing him back. Right. Don't overcomplicate shit. Right. Just bring him back.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, because there were so many little hints that were dropped along the way that Ed Brubaker has put. I mean, there's Sharon Carter's pregnancy. She was pregnant by Steve Rogers, and that baby just disappeared during all the experimentation that Arlene Zola and the Red Skull were doing on her.
So we're calling it right now, Captain America, Sharon Carter's baby.
Yes, he's going to come back as the baby. He will be his own father.
Yeah.
You know, I would say the time machine drew the baby out of him, and the genetic material of that baby is going to be the basis of the new Captain America's body.
Yep.
He will be his own father. That's a very redneck thing.
Yeah.
You know. Again, I know there are a lot of folks that I know. I've already heard the comments on the boards about this book. There is widespread disappointment in this book right now. Widespread disappointment. I understand why, but again, I'm giving Brubaker a little bit more of my good faith. Mind you, that's how I started with Brian Bendis too, and he wore that out real fast. You know, I actually liked Bendis's early Avengers stuff, and he had me, then he lost me. There is much to be said for being brief in storytelling. Back in the day when Michael Jordan retired and then came back, for those who weren't big Jordan fans, when he came back, he just sent out a 2-word press release. Said, "I'm back," and that was it. And he was back. He's the exact opposite of that. You're like you said, you could bring back Steve Rogers in 1 issue and have that be it. Yeah. And you don't need 5 issues to do it.
No, you don't. There's $4 a pop too.
$4 a pop,
man.
And you know
and this shouldn't even be a miniseries. It should just be in Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't need, especially with 600 just coming out.
Yeah.
You could have kicked off the whole thing in Captain America 600, 601, 602, 603, 604, and gone from there. You're absolutely right about that. I hope, as auspicious a beginning as this series has, I hope it has a better ending. When we come back, we're going to talk about another series and another creator who's kind of letting us down right now. See you when we come back.